I could have turned this drab, gray hall into a camp for the 60,000 black shirts who marched with me to Rome. It is in my power to do so, but it is not my wish. At least, it is not my wish yet. But the Assembly must not forget that I can dissolve it in 2 days or in 2 years. I claim full powers given to me by the King and by the people. I am not just passing through Rome. I am here to stay. I am here to govern. The people thirst to obey. They thirst to be governed, and they will obey. Because they know that everything that is wrong will be put right. As the nation's new prime minister, I will defend Italy against all men, friends, as well as enemies. I pledge my life upon this battleground, ready to kill if that is required, or to die.
Shaving you.
One of my black shirts. He lacks your tender touch.
Sit down.
I didn't come all the way from Rome for a shave. Where are the children?
You've always paid me 50 lire a month to do this. Now that you're premier, am I to be out of a job?
Come with me to Rome, Raquel. The city is at my feet. You should have been there. The king stood at my side on the balcony of his palace and watched my good fascists march by, thousands of them, huh?
Yeah.
My comrades from the north, the south, the east, the west, pouring into the city at my call.
Yeah. You know I hate Rome. The Romans are snobs, and they're lazy.
I'm changing all that.
Now don't talk, I'm liable to cut you. Yeah. Should I tear up our roots here just because you've taken a new job? Ada's doing well in school, she's making friends. Besides, how do I know how long you'll keep this job? Always been an editor, Benito, not a politician. Oh, I give you a year at most, and then it's back to Milan. So it's, you know, it's much better I stay here with the children.
Why do you always look on the dark side?
There is no other side.
We know that isn't true. Sit down. Even when we had nothing, we had everything because we had the future. Remember when I took you from your sister's place? We walked through the rain to Forlì, the little hotel. And I demanded the finest room with a bath, and the clerk said, "Senor, what do you want with a bath? Isn't the signorina wet enough already?" Is that such a dark memory, Raquel?
No.
How many times have the authorities thrown me into a cell for daring to be a bearded revolutionary? And do I ever stop resisting them? Tell me, what do I always say to the judge?
Acquit me, you give me pleasure. Condemn me, you do me honor.
hardly dark. On the contrary, very bright, very fiery.
They honored you a lot more than they brought you pleasure, Benito. You know, for so long when you were away from me in jail, I tried to remember what your face looked like. I shut my eyes, and all I could see was the beard and the iron bars. I saw my husband as a man with stripes on his face.
You will do as I say.
Huh?
I've come to take you all back with me. We're going to get a big, wonderful villa with grass and trees, and each one of you is going to have your own room.
Leave the room. Data, take your brothers with you. Right now.
I want you to stay here.
Bye, Papa.
You're determined to defy me.
You go run Italy, Benito, if that's what you have to do. I run this family. Are you staying for dinner?
Everything moved out. Everything. Is this suitable enough for the wife of a premier?
You should be saving your money. We're going to need it when they let you go.
The bill is a gift from a well-wisher.
I don't want my husband accepting charity from the rich.
I make a token payment, but it's merely a gesture.
This is 1,000 times larger than our first apartment in Forlì. There I could reach out and touch the walls. Why do we need so much space?
Let me show you my bedroom.
How do we find each other in the dark?
Has it ever been a problem before? Here the walk is simply longer.
Barone Russo is here. He says you are expecting him.
Send him in.
I interrupt your lunch, Excellency.
Bourgeois habit, this Italian siesta. Millions of man-hours wasted. Well, they sent you to teach me the manners expected of a premier, haven't they?
I was advised, Excellency, that you yourself consented to the suggestion.
I didn't get where I am because of manners.
If I may say so, Excellency, my purpose is simply to acquaint you with the rather complicated matter of which clothes to wear for which official occasions. A matter of protocol which every new premier is expected to learn.
What did they say to you? That I have rough edges?
The precise phrase, Excellency, was that you are still as unleavened as the piada bread of your native province.
Where do we start?
With your wardrobe, Excellency. Is this new, Duce?
From the finest tailor in Rome.
It's magnificent. For a visit to Scotland. Are you planning a trip there soon?
Cesira. Burn it. Am I actually supposed to wear this?
Most definitely, Excellency.
The only people still wearing bowler hats are the American comedians Laurel and Hardy. Too many clowns are already running the world. Bureau plant, at least 12 feet across. No other furniture except 2 armchairs. Here, a reading stand here, and there, an atlas of the world.
Mamma soltanto lo dice perché ritorna, quando si dice perché ritorna. Io, grazie. Oh! Guarda, siciliana bruna. Che cosa fa? Ciao ragazzi!
Which of you is in charge?
Hey, Duce.
Your train is 14 hours late. Finished! You will never work on the railroad again. Get out of here before I have you beaten. You are now number 1. You will stay number 1 as long as you're on time. If you're even 5 minutes late, I will deal with you as I've dealt with him.
Yes, Duce. Listen, this traitorous merchant continues to sell wine to minors despite the new law. See what happens to those who disobey the orders of our leader, Mussolini! Il Duce! Il Duce!
Socialist and Bolshevik papers will be put to the torch. Out of fire, out of ashes, only truth will survive. Hail the Duce!
Fascists are claiming they have just won a decisive victory. In the first nationwide election they've permitted since their march on Rome. I challenge that claim. Of 100 socialist candidates, 64 were barred by fascist gangsters from canvassing their own districts. One of our candidates was shot to death in his own home for even daring to run for office. Voters were accosted at the polling stations by fascist toughs and warned they would be beaten unless they voted the fascist ticket. And our newspapers, our voice to the people, have been burned to the ground. The Premier delivered the voting booths to his black shirts and our printing presses to his arsonists. I am simply exposing the facts. Either they are true, or you must prove them false.
Have you finished?
I have made my speech, Your Excellency. Now you can prepare my funeral oration. How old do I look?
30, Excellency, if that.
Tell me the truth.
Well, Excellency, some people tend to think that men who have matured and are losing their hair are older than they really are.
What if I shave it off, my entire head, right to the scalp?
It's possible, Excellency. Although I would hesitate to make such a statement in advance, that you might look younger and even more virile than you are.
Shave it off. Excellent.
It takes years off, Excellency.
How long do I have?
You know your husband's schedule better than I do.
If I asked, would you have him exiled?
Is that what you wish for?
Well, the Caesars did such things. It's rumored that Your Excellency has adopted a similar policy.
Only for enemies of the state. I can think of no Roman who is more my benefactor than your husband. Bocchini, tell me what happened.
Here's what you wanted.
The assassins cut that off Mattiotti's shirt as proof they killed him.
Who did this? Our people?
Yes, Duce.
Who?
Marinelli, Dumini, Volpi, Viola, Overomo.
They have done me more harm than my deadliest enemies. I want them all tried in public and then shot.
But, Excellency, they must in fact have done the party a great favor. Your most outspoken critic has now been silenced. Permanently.
You missed the point, Bocchini. I cannot permit anyone, especially my own fascists, to act on their own.
Excellency.
Tarabella, you and these others have something on your mind. Speak up.
Why do you punish good fascists?
The assassins of Matteotti are not good fascists. They're common criminals.
If you put them on trial, you put us on trial too. You put yourself on trial.
The days of the squadristi are over. We have the power now. We need to normalize things.
The only way to normalize things is to shoot our enemies, not fellow fascists.
I warn you, Tarabella, that you stand here defying me is in itself an act of sedition punishable by the firing squad.
We are your firing squad, Duce. We brought you here to rule. Are you afraid to take responsibility for the revolution you created?
Bullets pass, but your husband remains.
Who was it?
A poor shot, fortunately.
The hole in the sleeve I can fix, Benito. But the green sash...
With you at my side, Raquel, with all your strength, how can I fail?
This only confirms what I told you. This job is not permanent. Take off your jacket. I'm glad you made us come to Rome, Benito. I'm glad. If anything happens, we'll be together.
His Majesty supports me. I now ask for the support of the people. Today, I told the Chamber of Deputies that I have abolished all political parties in Italy, save for the fascist party. Everything for the state, nothing outside the state, nothing.
It's all the dessert tonight! Queen of the mountain, huh? No, Bruno! You got him?
Yeah, I got him.
All right. Take his hand. Okay. He's here. You won't tell Papa? No. Not if you'll promise to stop taking such chances. You're not a bird, you know. I promise. You won't tell? Sorry,
Not a word to Papa, I promise.
As promised, Il Duce, the youngest premier in the history of Italy, has given our nation hope for the future. In a few short months, he has brought the country from a state of near anarchy and civil war to a position of promise for the future. Swamps are being drained. Bumper crops of wheat are being harvested. Roads and hydroelectric projects are being built. And law and order has once more been restored, thanks to the dedicated efforts of the fascist party.
that's just the beginning.
Oh, Papa, you make me so proud. Oh, sometimes I wish I were a man.
All this glory does not change my condition for moving to Rome. No politicians allowed in my home.
Haven't I kept them occupied elsewhere? You may leave now. Ada, you stay. Your mother has called a certain matter to my attention.
Sit. Your behavior, young lady. Since we've moved to Rome, too many flirtations.
Why shouldn't I see a lot of young men? 19's too young to get married.
Your mother wasn't much older than that when you were born.
But she was almost 30 before you married her, wasn't she? You expect me to wait until I'm 30?
We were socialists then. We didn't believe in marriage. Must I remind you, in view of the fact that you personally attended both functions, that subsequently your mother and I were married twice. Once in a civil ceremony, once in a religious ceremony.
But you only did it for political reasons. You're both atheists.
Ow! Don't you raise your voice to your...
You always say you don't believe in God. Isn't that what an atheist is?
She was never like this in Milan. Never.
She was never 19 before either.
There are too many temptations in Rome. I knew it.
Since you can't make up your own mind, your mother and I will arrange a proper marriage for you.
Papa, I will say this only once. If you insist on arranging a marriage I don't approve of, to a boy I don't want, I will run away.
And go where?
To some other country where people are free to make their own choices.
Get away. Who brought her a new automobile so she could drive all over Rome, meeting the wrong kind of people?
She's old enough to be married. She's old enough to drive. Since I have been in office, I have learned many things about these Romans. Only 20 kilometers away is the world's most beautiful sea, the Tyrrhenian. But they seem to ignore it. Nobody goes, nobody swims, nobody sails. It's ridiculous. How can we build strong bodies unless our people take to sport? Not sit around on Sunday in the piazza listening to opera. Today, I have dedicated this new road. I built it to join Rome to the sea.
But what if the Romans don't use it, Papa?
Well, even a Roman has enough curiosity to explore a new road. Stop the carburetor over there. And I have to admit there has been some criticism of this road, even from the king.
Benito! I think it's the baby coming.
I'll take you right back. count the cars. The police will watch over you. I'll send the limousine back for you as soon as I've taken care of your mother.
There's something I have to tell you. I've been hiding it from you. Ada's been lying to us. She's just been pretending to see a lot of young men. She's really just been seeing one. I'm afraid that she's in love with him.
Who is he?
A Jew.
How can she be in love with a Jew? At least this daughter has short hair, clearly proving that she belongs to me. Do you remember how Ada used to drive me insane by twisting a lock of hair around her finger while she sucked her thumb trying to go to sleep?
Yes, and you solved the problem by cutting all her hair off. I was so afraid she'd die from crying or from lack of sleep.
And then, that's when I had a stroke of genius. In order to compensate her for the loss of her hair, I attached an ear of corn to the crib, let the corn silk hang down so she could wrap her fingers around.
Didn't work?
Yeah, until we got so hungry we had to eat the corn, hair and all. Can't be that bad, Carissima.
Why did you take my car away? It was my one freedom.
I did it to demonstrate my disapproval of your new boyfriend. The one you've been hiding from us.
Is being Jewish so unthinkable, Papa?
It isn't only us, child. I spoke to the young man's father. Not as Il Duce to a citizen, but as one father to another. His family is very orthodox. They are more opposed to any talk of marriage between you and their son than we are. I'm sorry, Ada, but that's the way it is.
You're not just saying this to try and stop me, are you?
If you don't want to believe me, go and ask the boy himself.
What does your mother say?
Whatever my father says.
What do you say?
I love you.
Enough to defy your parents and mine?
My father may send me to America.
Why?
If I continue to see you.
Well, I wouldn't want to be the cause of any loyal Italian having to emigrate.
Be glad you found out now how spineless he is, rather than later. I don't know if this is wise of me. Tell me what you think of this young man. He's beautiful. Who is he? It's my brother, Cagliazzo.
How old is he?
27.
Why have I never met him?
He's been secretary at the embassy in Argentina. He's coming home this month, and Papa's giving a party in his honor.
Oh, I accept. I'll be there.
I have to warn you. He's made several, well, female conquests. Good for him. Including the celebrated actress Paola Borbone.
Ooh, now I'm jealous.
That was when he was only 20. I don't know if he's got marriage in mind.
Neither do I.
So? What do you think of my brother?
Snapshot didn't do him justice.
You ready to meet him?
Maria, do I look all right?
You look beautiful.
What if he doesn't like me?
Then I'll never speak to him again. Galeazzo! This is my dearest friend, Eda Mussolini.
Il Duce's daughter. Tonight is January 27th, is it not?
Is it?
I shall remember this particular date from this moment until the last day of my life.
How many times have you told that to other girls?
At least 97 times.
And is it usually effective?
Devastating.
Maria insists you're extremely intelligent. Are you?
I am extreme in everything. May I have this dance? Would you mind if I only danced with you tonight? Would that embarrass you?
On the contrary, I would find it devastating.
When Italy seized Rome from its papal overlord in 1870, the temporal power of the popes was ended and 16,000 square miles of papal territory was taken over by the government. Until this historic day, each successive pope has refused to accept all compensation, refused to recognize the Italian state, and have been voluntary prisoners within the Vatican Palace. But now that unhappy state of affairs is over. Il Duce has restored the crucifix to state schoolrooms and hospitals, made Roman Catholicism Italy's official religion, ordered Mass to become an integral part of every public function, and in return the Pope has recognized the Italian state. Hereafter, all newly appointed bishops will swear an oath of loyalty to the King, and the Church has pledged to remain outside all temporal disputes. The day millions of Italians have prayed for, the day their government made peace with the Holy Father, has finally come. Throughout Italy, a grateful people knelt in prayers of thanksgiving for Pius XI and for Benito Mussolini, the man who has given God back to Italy and Italy back to God.
An achievement of such dimension, a moment of history. Look at you, you're still mending my shirts.
Who mends them better than I?
My sons run off.
There are more important things in life than dealing with popes. Bruno found a stray cat under the stable, and she's about to have kittens.
How can I compete with a litter of kittens? Where is Ada?
Why ask me? You gave her back the automobile.
As I've said repeatedly, she is old enough to drive.
Right into the arms of a new young man.
We're going to have to deal with her. Her choice of young men is getting out of hand. Who's the latest one?
He worked for you. In Rio de Janeiro and Buenos Aires. And now he's attached to the embassy of the Holy See. His name is Giano.
Costanzo. He's one of my oldest friends. His son, Galeazzo. Raquel, why didn't I think of that? It's a miracle. I couldn't have made a better choice myself. Costanzo marched with us on Rome. Galeazzo's been raised as a loyal fascist.
He's a playboy. He has all the morals of a rooster. I don't like it.
Why don't you like it? He's the right age. He's in foreign affairs. He has a brilliant future.
Especially if he marries your daughter.
Oh, you don't trust anybody.
It would be too expensive.
What's expensive?
The wedding. If he came from a lower class, there would be less done, less spent.
Ada is our oldest daughter.
There are not too many people here ruining the rugs, spilling wine.
Only the most important ones, I promise you.
How many?
Vittorio! This is my friend, Galeazzo Ciano.
Hello, Vittorio. How do you do?
We're going for a ride out to a park. Come with us. Now take one of us over on the bench. What do you think of him?
He's so old.
He's only 27.
Well, that's old. And I don't like his manners.
His manners, they're beautiful.
He acts like he thinks he's somebody really important.
He is. Come on.
Why would anybody want to tear Papa's picture down?
Was it necessary to beat that man?
Examples must be made. Enemies of the state must be dealt with severely.
By the way they ride a bicycle.
What can you tell?
Whether they have style, balance, daring.
No! And sympathy?
Most of all, sympathy. legend, of course.
Can you imagine how superstitious the Romans were? Actually, to believe that if you lied and put your hand between those stone lips, the mouth would bite off your hand.
I believe it's got that power.
Galeazzo, please.
Going to prove it to you. Go ahead, Ella. Ask me anything. Let's see if I'm telling the truth.
All right. If you want to play that game. Why have you stopped seeing other girls and are only seeing me?
Because I love you. You see? The unvarnished truth.
Why do you love me?
Because you're unafraid, sensible, loyal, though headstrong.
Not because I'm the daughter of Il Duce.
And you believe I'm a man who would tolerate for a single second being with a woman who doesn't set me on fire the way you do? Do you think I'd trade my private life for public power?
What is this?
A simple request, Excellency, that you sign a photograph of yourself for Adolf Hitler, the leader of the National Socialist Party in Germany.
Why should I?
Well, as you can see, Excellency, the German leader deeply admires your achievements and would consider a signed photograph a great honor.
How many followers does this fellow Hitler have in his party?
25 or 30,000. But apparently he's attracting more support every day.
Request refused.
The correspondent from the London Herald has been waiting, Excellency.
Oh, yes, sure is. Well, I've been looking forward to meeting you, Mrs. Thompson. I've read and enjoyed your dispatches from other European capitals. I'm pleased that you at last find yourself in Rome.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I feel privileged that you've agreed to the interview. It's the first you've given to our paper since that unfortunate incident when one of our correspondents insulted you in Locarno, wasn't it?
1926, I believe.
Well, I'm here really to ask you how that stunning accommodation you made with the Catholic Church came about. Before we get into that, there are one or two small gossipy details I'd like to discuss, if I may. In the biographical area, don't you know?
We all enjoy a bit of gossip, Mrs. Thompson, unless it's at our expense.
Well, I'm afraid this is rather at your expense. The story goes that back in 1924, when Italy got definite title to the Dodecanese Islands, and you were informed of the fact, you ordered a naval squadron to take formal possession, only to be advised by an embarrassed aide, thank heavens, before the squadron steamed out, that Italy had been holding the islands for more than a decade. Now, really, Your Excellency, is that true?
If it's gossip you came after, Mrs. Thompson, let's give your readers something to gossip about. You know, I've found that people like to be commanded, especially women. Women prefer brutality in their men. What excites them is not courtesy, but force.
got engaged. Galeazzo and I were at the movies, and he asked me to marry him. And so, I'm engaged.
Raquel! Ada's engaged! Raquel! Raquel! Romano! You've almost killed your father. Raquel! Galeazzo has proposed. You make your father very proud, Grace.
Oh, thank you, Papa. And you, Mama, do you approve?
Would it matter if I said he would not be my choice?
Of course it does. I want your approval.
My love, I want you to be happy. If this marriage will make you happy, then what I feel truly doesn't matter.
When does he intend to call upon me and ask officially for your hand?
As soon as you will receive him.
Such matters one does not delay. Have him here first thing in the morning.
Told your daughter that I love you, that I love her, and that I wish to make her my wife.
Galeazzo, good morning. I trust I haven't kept you waiting.
No, Your Excellency. I wish you to know, Your Excellency, that I have told your daughter that I love her and that I wish to make her my wife. I ask your permission and your blessing upon this union. I truly love her, sir. Very, very much. I shall try always to be a loving and devoted husband, and to bring as much happiness to her as I am able.
Your father has been a dear friend since the war. I can conceive of no other family I would rather have joined with ours. Indeed, you have my permission and my blessing. But, I warn you, my daughter is not a girl to go out of her way to avoid telling everybody exactly what she thinks. I cannot recall winning an argument with her since she was 7, when she got too big to spank and too fast to catch.
It changes nothing, Your Excellency.
Then it's done. Ada, Raquel. This young man has asked for your hand in marriage, and I have granted his request. You may kiss her if you wish.
I'll kill her.
I was looking through her album, and there you were, age 15, wearing this ridiculous sailor suit.
Can you believe it was cut down from one of my father's old uniforms?
So I asked her, when did Galeazzo wear this silly outfit? And she said that your father used to make you go to school in it. And then She told me why.
No, she told you? Oh, no.
Your father said to the headmaster, my son will be wearing this to school to make it impossible for him to accompany the rest of your students to the local poorhouse.
It's true.
Can I possibly expect more from the man who marries me than from my own father?
That is the fashion. I will not have my daughter's feet hurting her on what is supposed to be the happiest day of her life. Get her new shoes, the hell with the fashion. Who's going to be lifting up her dress anyway to see what shoes she's wearing? What are you smearing on her face?
We're just trying some new color tones.
She's 20 years old. She has her own color tones.
Come in and watch the circus. Mama's a fearsome ringmaster.
But we need to talk to you.
Had dinner, all right?
No, now, while it's still fresh in our minds.
All right. Outside. 10 minutes. Wondering who you'll be able to share your secrets with when I'm gone. True? Isn't that what you want to talk about?
Well, that's part of it.
Mama doesn't always listen. You do.
I worry about that, too. It's going to be harder for both of you with me gone. You never learned to stand up against her.
How come you did?
It was easier in those days. Because we didn't have anything. I can't remember a time until I was 7 years old that I didn't go to bed hungry. Lots of times I didn't have shoes. That brought Mama and me close. Because I never complained. I knew she wanted me to have them. I felt badly I couldn't. And now look at me. I'm about to marry a count. Our Papa world famous. I'll always love you. And I'll always keep in touch with you.
From China?
How did you know that's where I was going?
We heard Papa calling somebody. Back in Galeazzo, Consul General in Shanghai. Why'd he have to send you so far away?
It's a promotion for Galeazzo. You know how I love to travel.
At least Dada's gonna be eating one in China.
Chop suey?
Spaghetti. After all, that's where it comes from. Marco Polo brought it back.
I'm with you. The first one. To the top of the pine tree. It's all the dessert tonight!
Excellent. What is the reaction of the Libyan rebels to this public execution of their leader?
As you can see, Excellency, the revolt is crushed.
In fact, Duce, the resistance is strong. As you well know, we have systematically eliminated great masses of Arabs.
Won't you stay and enjoy the reception?
Climb a tree.
What difference does it make if he makes his sister happy?
Racana, children. Come on. Everybody.
Where do you intend going, Papa? On our honeymoon with us?
I simply thought I'd accompany you some of the way.
Please go home and stop worrying.
I assure Your Excellency we can find Naples. We'll call you when we arrive in Capri.
Here. Just in case you need to buy anything.
Thank you, Mama. But Galeazzo will have to worry about those things now.
No, keep it. You never know.
Thank you. I love you. Oh, I love you all.
May I walk with you, Papa?
Thank you, Bruno.
Ada told us that while you were growing up, you used to fight a lot of duels. Is that true?
It is indeed.
Oh, but you never killed anybody, did you?
These were affairs of honor, Bruno. They were not matters of revenge. I'd get nicked or cut. I drew my share of blood, I like to think.
She said that Mama had to hide your dueling jacket to make you stop. Did you really have a special jacket? Just for dueling?
It had a large opening here under the right arms to give me freedom with the saber.
Who did you do it with?
Anybody who asked me too many questions. I surrender. I give up. Stand up. Help me up. Now, you remember that duet I taught you?
Yes, Papa.
All right, sing it.